We live right now. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024, and we are fantastic. I think so. I was going to make a cup of coffee because this is a coffee podcast, right? But I know I'm going to be drinking a lot of coffee today. So right now, we're not going to do that. We're just going to see how it all works out, see how we do our thing, and we'll go from there, But I thank you for joining me today. We're just chilling, just trying to figure things out. We're always trying to figure things out. Before I get into the topic today, it's interesting how a lot of times when you see businesses out there, they're like, oh, this is our new improved recipe or formula or whatever. But nobody says anything to them about that, because they're getting better. That's all that is. They're getting better. They're refining their technique, their philosophies, and all that good stuff. And anybody should do that, because if you stay where you're at, then you're not progressing as much as you think you are. So those are little tidbits that I wanted to give you today. And it's not just business, it's life, it's personal, it's anything and everything that you do. So that's the way I see it. I'm sure you probably see it the same way. But if you don't, that's cool. So what we're going to talk about today, emotions. We're going to talk about emotions and how emotions play a big part in your coffee brewing. Now, I know you're thinking what the hell is this guy? Let me get this mic right. What is this guy talking about right now? I'm chilling, doggy. I don't have no more food. I'll give you some food later, okay? So, what is this guy talking about? Emotions and coffee. Why do we have to have emotions in coffee? Does that even make any sense? We have emotions every day. We're people. We think about life. We think about our jobs. We think about people that we love, people that we hate. We're not going to talk about politics because we're not going to talk about politics. But there's a lot of people going around like mad, happy, angry of the way politics are right now. And we're not going to talk about it. But that's part of the emotions that I'm talking about. We have emotions in everything that we do. And at times, at least for me, since I'm very analytical and engineering background, I tend to lean towards a thought out plan of action when it comes to coffee making. And again, some people may think that's weird, but for the most part, if you make coffee, you know what I'm talking about. You have your brew ratios, you have your special techniques, you have your favorite brewer, you know what this coffee may do with this brewer or whatnot. You probably write things down. You are that person to where you know how things are because you are precision driven, you're data driven, and all that good stuff, right? So no matter how you feel about that coffee, you're approaching the coffee making process in a way that is very clinical, that it has the least amount of emotions in it. And one of the things that I'm doing this week, thinking about video ideas, talking to my good friend ChatGPT or Claude. Oh, that dog. The dog is so loud. Is topics, things that we can do or think of when it comes to coffee making. And how do probably majority of people make their coffee? They don't measure anything. They probably go on the field and what they probably want to taste in that day. They don't worry about techniques or brew ratios. They just kind of just make their cup of coffee. And I'm not trying to stereotype, but those people are usually the people who use like easy instant brewers like a Mr. Coffee Machine or something a little bit more sophisticated. Excuse me. but or even a French press, because a French press is one of those machines to where you can just kind of make your cup of coffee and then you're good to go. But I guess what I'm saying here is that for the next couple of days, I'm going to be brewing coffee with emotions. I have this one particular coffee. It's not on the website. It's something that I got just to test. And one of the reasons why I got it, because the company recommended it because of the parameters that I was looking for. And it's very unique in a sense of like when you actually drink the coffee, you're amazed that a Brazilian can have fruity notes, very representative of other coffees that are in different parts of the world. Because a Brazilian coffee, if you know or don't know, is that it's the largest producer of coffee. And with that, it influences the world quite a bit. And the type of coffees that the majority produce are like chocolatey, nutty, one basey type of coffees. But these coffees are the backbones of the coffee community. I'm not just talking about specialty coffee, but just coffee community. And it's one of my biggest sellers. And the reasons why I think it's one of my biggest sellers because it's very approachable. It tends well with creamer. It's a good base as an espresso, part of an espresso blend, or it can hold its own really well in espresso. So those are some of the things that you have to know and realize that what you're dealing with coffee. And in this case, this coffee is extremely fruit bomb. It's right in your face. I would say it's more like a cherry type of brightness, acidity, and it's not like a violent type of non-ripe type of red fruit. Let me get this dog out of here. She's tripping. Go. Over there. You're chewing, man. You're messing up my feed. Go. I'll come get you. Yeah, she's got to go to the vet soon because she's crazy. Oh, she'll come back. I'm going to feed you. Big dog. It's like 90 pounds. She was 100, but I make her go on a diet. She doesn't like it. Okay. I'm going to give you some more food when I'm finished with this, okay? Go. She's going to chew. She's not going to leave me. Oh, so there she goes. But here's the thing. This coffee is different. Mainly in the smell and the taste. But I want to see if I could challenge myself on a different note of seeing what I can really taste from this coffee without the measurements, without the precision, without the usual type of way of going about drinking coffee. And in this case, it's with emotions. It's with what kind of emotions do I want this coffee to provoke for me? And then just go about making it that way. I think that's the way that I'm going to be approaching at least 4 brews. I'm going to be doing a French press, of course, Hario V60, which will be interesting because I measure everything out on that thing. And I'm working on a new recipe. The AeroPress. And then what else is there? I can't remember. I'll look at my notes. But yeah, it's going to be one more brewer. I think it may be the Moka pot, or it could be the percolator. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The 4th one. But it's about emotions. It's about how I feel. It's more so like how or what I want to provoke out of this coffee to make me feel the way that I'm feeling either now or kind of change it. It's kind of, I can get really techie with it and kind of geek out about what I mean by emotions, like before and after and all that stuff. But I'm going to see how that works just for the next couple of days. Just change it up. See how it works. Because a lot of times when you get stuck in your ways or stay in your ways or go about things in a way to where you're just doing one thing all the time, it doesn't challenge you as much as you think that it will. So me doing this challenge and kind of pushing myself in a realm of understanding coffee even more and how my knowledge base of understanding coffee, that's going to be pretty cool. I think that's going to be where we're going to be at a lot of times when it comes to brewing coffee for whatever reason. And the reason why I thought about this too is because I was watching this one video podcast. And believe it or not, this is actually also a video podcast. I just haven't put the videos out yet because there's a little bit more work involved in order to get them out on YouTube and SEO and all that crap. So much easier to do an audio podcast and just send it on this merry-go way to my RSS feed, and that's how you get it. But I was watching this video podcast, and it was about Formula One. And if you don't know, this guy, Adrian Newey, he's one of the highly rated, top rated aerophysics or whatnot. He's an aerospace engineer, and he's in Formula One. He's been in there for a long time. And one of the things that they always say is that this is the only guy who draws with paper when he is thinking of concepts. And I think when people say like nice sound bites type of things, they don't really understand. I mean, okay, they do understand, but when I heard it from his mouth, it was quite amazing. Meaning that, okay, you have a regulations, right? And you're trying to make or craft your car based off those regulations. So throughout the years and the things that he has gone through of understanding, you know, physics and engineering and how a car moves through air, and kind of like getting an idea of what works and what doesn't work already, and also formulating these ideas in majority of the tracks around the world. Then you start to get an idea of what will work in this daily in this probably game of Formula One, right? So he sits down and he's like, okay, here's the regulations. This is the way I'm going to draw it, because I know that if I draw it this way, the air is just going to sweep underneath the car. Or if I know that the engine placement is going to have to be right here. So he starts to design the car from there. I guess what I'm saying really is that it's more so the same concept. It's like, okay, here's the coffee. How do I want to mold? How do I want to craft? How do I want to actually drink or enjoy or represent this coffee? And in this case, it's with emotions. What type of actual emotions am I really trying to create or trying to bring forth as I drink this coffee? And I think when you do things like that, you're going to get a different type of cup of coffee. You're going to experience it differently for sure. But you're going to throw a lot of the things that you have done in the past, not so much out the window, but it challenges you in order to use all your toolbox of you understanding what you can do and what you cannot do with coffee. Like, for instance, if I wanted like a erratic type of coffee, something that's just like buzzy or whatnot, I know for the most part I'll probably have to over extract the shit out of it or something like that. Or I had to grind the beans in a certain way or turn the temperature up or something like that in order to like bring out some craziness that I think that I can probably get out of it, because I know that those are the type of emotions that I will want out of that coffee. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that you already know and understand about coffee, but you're judging your recipe based off emotions, based off what you want that coffee to make you feel. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy, but that's the way I'm going to go about it. And I'm wondering how I feel about these emotions and how it's going to work out for all of us in a way to where I'm seeing if there's a way that it's going to cause or provoke growth in the things that we're trying to do in coffee. It gives us an understanding. It gives us a reason to change things up. I think that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. We're going to see how this experiment works for the next couple of days. I'm going to do one a day and then just really just have fun with it. Try to have fun with it as much as I can. And I'm going to go ahead and write down the coffees not the coffees, it's going to be the same coffee, but it's just going to be brewed differently. And we're going to have fun with it. Those will probably be out before the end of the year. Go and do the videos, edit them, and then have some videos in the queue and all that stuff. So, but for the most part, you're getting this almost instantly. So you'll see the things that I'm talking about and how and why I'm going about doing things. Because, why not? It may provoke me to do things differently moving forward. It may provoke you to look at things differently when you make your cup of coffee for whatever reason, especially if you have a big bag of coffee, you have a 2-pound bag of coffee or something like that, and you are trying to figure out other things to do with that coffee. How else can you enjoy that coffee? That's where we're going to be at. And those are the places that we want to be and understand coffee even more so. So I'm just drinking water right now, thinking about the first experiment, and then we'll go from there. But this is me, Oki, at Everyday Beans. Amazon is fine. I did finish all the, this is part of the, if you don't know already, I tried to do this differently now. Nobody knows who I am. So I used to just go ahead and start these podcasts with me rambling about either business or whatnot, or just rambling about nothing. People look at it that way. And then I get into the topic. But I changed that tune because you don't know who I am. And if you want to sign out right now, you can. The topic is done, at least for now. It is done. I think so. Maybe around to in the next couple of months, or I may come back later. But the original topic is done. But now what I usually do is I talk about any housekeeping things, because I don't really have housekeeping things. I talk about any news or production things that I'm working on with the business. And right now we're still working on trying to get the business on Amazon, and we're there. We're almost there. There's a couple things I still need to do, but for the most part, the recipes are done. That took a long time because it's not just forming recipes. It's actually testing them out with that coffee, with that brew ratio, and sometimes also using a dark roast, because that's part of the product line that I have, a medium and dark roast on Amazon. It's also Brazilian, so and then playing around with TDS and seeing if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, adding FAQs, and then seeing if my recipe would be easy to follow with people. I think I had total 11 recipes. 11. That's a lot. But we got that done. And then now I'm thinking like, okay, that's good. Not now, because I'm just, if I keep going down this rabbit hole, it's just more so the stalling experiment is that I start getting the reviews in. But I do need to also work on like a quick 1.5-minute video demonstrating to people of how to actually make the coffee, visually. And since I know how to do that, why not do that? It doesn't have to go to YouTube. It can go straight to Amazon, either my brand registry website or my actual listing page. But the next thing to do is to actually get the coffee to Amazon, get reviews up for the rest of the year. And then once we get that going, just push it hard and go from there. But other than that, that's what we got going. I don't know what else I need to talk about right now, but things are going really good. I'm just happy. I'm just feeling less overwhelmed. And now that we're getting to a place to where it does make sense in the things that we're trying to do, it's I'm trying not to overwhelm myself. I'm not trying to keep putting more things on my plate. So that's me for now. I will do another podcast in the next couple of days. So if you have any topics, ideas, logics, or things you want me to talk about, hell, I haven't talked to you. I'll be talking to more people, but yeah. So that's what we got going. Talk to you later.